Julie, come stand within the circle with me and hold my hand. Frida, stay outside of the circle. Now, Julie, I warn you, whatever happens, do not let go of my hand. And Frida, no matter what you hear or see, do not enter the circle. Now, before I call upon the spirits of darkness, I must ask you once again, is this what you really want? If it is, say yes 3 times.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So be it then. Spirits of darkness, we call upon thee. We call upon the legions of the Desolate One. He who has many names and many shapes. The Lord of Doom, King of Darkness. He who was once called Belial. The one who rules the world of vengeance and anger. We call thee now. We disturb thy kingdom.
The domain of the unholy one. The one who was outcast as unclean and vile. More vile than the bowels of Diva. We ask thee now to heed our petition. Help us now. Send forth thy angel.
Stop! Let's stop, please!
Welcome to the Blind Rage Podcast. This is Brandon Ford.
And I am moist for this movie. Tony the Tiger, the thunder from down under.
Yeah, this one really made your dick drip.
Like the Sahara.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we are doing Necromancer from 1988, starring Elizabeth Caitan and a bunch of people I've never heard of.
Well, there's one famous guy, Russ Tamblyn.
Oh, from Twin Peaks.
And
yeah.
The Haunting and West Side Story.
Yeah, I get. Well, Elizabeth Caitan is really the only one who matters because she has done
In this forum.
the kinds of movies that I watch.
Yes.
So, and I
Shit
tried
movies.
to watch.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, you fucking cunt. Oh shit. We might get. Well, I think more people worry more about getting demonetized for saying certain words, but I'm not monetized.
Oh, okay.
So.
You could get people to pay money for you to stop saying those words.
Yeah. Or I could just get a fucking. What are those things called?
A swear jar.
No, those things where they pay the monthly fee to get extra content. Patreon.
That's just patriotic.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that because this is supposed to be for fun. I don't do this for the. As Roseanne said once upon a time, we don't do it for the money, we do it for the envy.
Okay.
So that was
What's
from
the
a
third
Halloween
reason?
episode. But yeah, before we get into it, we have to have a word from our sponsor, and our sponsor is me. Because did you know that I write books?
Okay, everyone quiet down. Brandon's about to talk.
Oh. Yeah, so I write books,
Yes.
And if you like horror and suspense and people getting therapized and things like that, you might just like my books.
meeting ghastly ends.
Yes, people generally do. I'm not fond of happy endings.
Unless you're at a massage parlor.
But yeah, so you can find my titles in ebook, hardcover, paperback editions on Amazon.com by typing in Brandon Ford. You could also find my author page there. And if you prefer audiobooks, I have several titles available on Audible. If you don't already, please follow me on Instagram at writer Brandon Ford. I am also on both Twitter and Letterboxd at Brandon Ford. Tony is on Letterboxd at Tony_the_bear. And even though I've told him 40,000 fucking times to get an Instagram, he decided to bust my balls and get a Twitter. And what's your Twitter?
So my Twitter is Madonna Horror Complex.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Tony doesn't want to give his Twitter.
No, it's a combination of Madonna news and horror news. So it's the Madonna Horror Complex.
Tony doesn't want to give his Twitter. I don't know. He's being shady for some fucking reason. I'm going to have to talk to him off mic about that. Okay, so yes, if you're listening to this on YouTube, please hit that bing bong bell to subscribe and like and comment. Please don't forget to visit the official Blind Rage Podcast Facebook page to like and subscribe there. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, critiques, suggestions, recommendations, feel free to email me directly at blindragepod81@gmail.com. Last and most importantly, please don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the Blind Rage Podcast on your favorite podcasting platforms, because we are not only available on YouTube, we're also available on the podcasting platforms. We're all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So, before we get into Necromancer, which sounds like it would be a lot more intense than it actually is, because anything with the word necro in it...
Well, I think because of necromantic, wasn't that German?
That's the German one.
Yeah.
But there's also the necrophiles.
Yes,
and,
necrophilia, yeah.
So, yes... I didn't know that there was 3 of those necromantic movies.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen any of them, as I feel that they are banned here.
Those Germans are crazy.
I did want to watch... There's a German movie I wanted to watch. I think it's called Otis or Otto. It's about it's a gay zombie movie, something like that.
Are you sure?
In what regards?
What else? Is there anything else you know about it?
No, no. If I had researched it before we started talking, I'd tell you more, but it's a floating idea I have in my head that...
Yeah, Tony's
I remember seeing
ill-prepared for everything. What? Oh, well, okay. Alrighty. Well, I don't know what that is.
You don't know what I'm talking about? Okay.
No, but
right.
I know of them. I know there's another weird movie called Otis.
Yeah, that might be the one.
No, it was an American movie about a weird pizza delivery guy who has an obsession with the daughter of a guy he delivers pizzas to.
Oh, okay, then it's not that.
No.
I mean, I feel that this one had a lot of wang in it.
German wang? Okay. Okay. All right. But it's zombie wang? I don't know about that.
Oh, I don't know. Well, it's stiff.
No, we don't care for that. But the Germans, they make some crazy shit.
Well, they've done some crazy shit, so.
Yeah. And they like to include shit.
Yeah, well, actually, I read that in a... I read an economics book about the history of the global financial crisis, and it was looking at different countries and their peculiarities. And they reckon that in regards to Germany, something that they enjoy fetishizing is not just being surrounded by shit, but being the clean one and being surrounded by shit. So, like, having a very pristine, like, let's say gloves and coats, and then delving into...
Stop it, I'm sitting in a puddle.
Yes. You flooded your basement.
I watched a review on YouTube last night of a German movie, which I can't remember the name of. I think it was called...
No, kidding. That's the only one I know.
I think it was called No Reason.
Okay.
And there was a scene in it where this woman answers the door in a towel because she's fresh from the shower, and it's the mailman, and he asks her if he can use the restroom, and I'm like, oh no, she's going to get therapized. And she reluctantly lets him in, and she goes in the other room to check on her son, and she hears the door shut, and she goes to check to make sure that he's gone, and she goes and checks the restroom, and he has defecated all over the toilet seat.
Well, that's good on him. He should have done an upper decker.
That's the kind of thing that you see in the German movies. Okay, but speaking of movies, what have you seen as of late?
I haven't really done a lot of film watching. I started a movie that was okay, and I will still finish it, but it's called The Day Shift with Jamie Foxx and the other Franco that isn't as controversial.
David
Franco.
But he's the one who wrote that god-awful movie, The Rental.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, oh my god. And so The Day Shift is it's a comedy horror about vampire slayers. The other thing I've been watching is something Matt's been watching, and I've just been catching part of it. It's an old, it's like an early 2000s sci-fi show called Eureka, about a sheriff in a town where the town develops scientific advances in research. It's lighthearted but sci-fi, so not too much down my end of things. How about yourself?
Well, I have a couple. The first one I only checked out because Shiloh Fernandez is in it. And it was not good. And it was a movie called Burn. And it's... I don't even know how to fucking describe it because it was all over the place. And it was like 86 minutes, but it felt like 3.5 hours. And it's just about this young girl, I guess she's in her early 20s. And she works at a gas station, and she's kind of timid and easily taken advantage of. And this guy comes in to rob the gas station, and she decides that she's going to be the one in control as opposed to her coworker, who is more of a domineering presence. And she tries to give him the money so that he can take her along with him when he leaves, and he's like, no. So she handcuffs him, ties him up, and then fucking molests him. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. But yeah, she does things to him, and then he dies, and the other girl dies, and then the cops come, and then these bikers come. It's like fucking, it was all over the place, and I'm like, what is this? What are you doing? What genre is this? No, it was not good. And I don't think that Shiloh had a very large role. So it wasn't...
It's a good thing you didn't say he didn't have a large part. Because I'm sure
I know he's got a large part. And I know that from personal experience. No, I'm only kidding.
You're
Don't
speechless.
Sue me. And the other movie that I watched is a title that's been making the rounds a lot in the horror community. And that is The Black Phone.
Oh, yes.
I found it to be slightly less than middle of the road.
Okay.
I thought Ethan Hawke was really good. He's very creepy. And there's a lot of kids in the movie, and all of them were piss poor actors. They could not act for shit. There's especially, in particular, one who's really bad. And it's another one of those. It's another one of those movies where they have bullies, but the bullies are fucking sociopaths who like bang you on the head with rocks and kick the shit out of you until you're bloody and pull knives, and it's like, okay, this is not reality.
Yeah.
These are Stephen King bullies, and Joe Hill must have been reading his father's work because it's based on one of his short stories. But yeah, they're yeah.
A bit
and much. James Ranson is in it, who I like as an actor, in addition to finding him very attractive. And he had like 2 scenes. They gave him nothing to do. I think the only reason he was in it was because he is probably friends with the director, or the writer-director, because it's the director of Sinister.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think they probably... And Ethan Hawke was in Sinister as well, so...
Yes.
So I think that's why. But yeah, I was disappointed because... the kids who could not act for shit got a lot more screen time than someone who actually has talent. And what I didn't like too was I think it was pretty clear that they were taking a page from the John Wayne Gacy case, because it felt very John Wayne Gacy, and there was no explanation, because it's about a kidnapper.
Yeah.
But there was no explanation as to why exactly he kidnaps these kids. Not that I wanted some fucking graphic sodomy or something going on, but he doesn't do anything with them. He just locks them in a basement, and that's it. And I think that the purpose, because he leaves the door open, and it's a trap, because he wants you to try to escape, and then if you try to escape, he belts you. So it's like a trap / test. And he finds this out by one of the ghostly kids who calls him on the black phone.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was it, or I don't know. I don't know. But he had no purpose. The black balloons in the van had no purpose. They were just there to be kind of very Pennywise-esque, except they were black instead of red. But people really like it, and I know that there are people who really did not, and I found it mediocre. I think there were some things about it that were good, but I think the bad outweighed the good. But the best thing about it, I think, was Ethan Hawke's performance.
Yeah.
Because there was a character I never saw him play before. So that was interesting.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, and another thing that I really didn't like was the dialogue. Some people really don't know how to write dialogue for kids. It's like
Yeah.
It was like there was this one part because the sister of the main character, she has like these dreams that are kind of prophetic, and she has a dream about I think a girl who had gone missing or something, and she gets pulled into the to the principal's office because there's detectives there, and they're like, so we heard that you've been talking about whatever the girl's name was. And she immediately like shoots up and she's like, oh, so what the fuck does that mean? That I'm the fucking grabber and I know where this and that? And she's like, okay, I would not be speaking to anybody like that at 10 years old or whatever. She was like 10 or 11 years old and she's dropping F-bombs in front of the principal.
Yeah.
And the police. I would have been scared to death. Yeah, it was not, not realistic.
Yes.
All right, so, okay, I think we need to get into I keep wanting to say necromantic, but we're not watching necromantic.
And
we
I
might
want you to
be
say
if it
we
was...
need to get into it. Let's just say we're going to start watching Necromancer.
Okay, we're going to watch Necromancer, and this was one of Tony's picks, and he's going to explain himself when we start this thing.
Okay. I'm not going to defend my decision, but...
Oh, you're going to defend it, bitch.
To the death.
Okay. Let me just make sure I don't stop the recording, because that would be problematic. Alright. So, we're going to begin Necromancer. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. We're going to begin Necromancer in 3, 2, 1, play. Okay. I got scared a little bit there because that was a long silence.
I find that a lot of production logos don't have music as much. You know the Dead Sea Scrolls are fake?
No.
They found out it was a hoax.
Well, it only took them like 1.5 million years. I kind of like the music in this.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Is this LA?
I think so.
It looks very Los Angeles, even though...
I think it is, though. So this is a movie that Vinegar Syndrome put out not too long ago. And it was the first, it says, according to them, it's the first time on disc. So I think it was the first time it was ever released on any digital format. But it was kind of an obscure one for me. I don't even know if I heard of it. But I watched it on Tubi once.
Okay.
And I was not particularly pleased. But
maybe as you watched it when you were younger, you'd...
Probably.
My age, yeah.
That's probably, yeah. Oh, so you saw this when you were young?
Yeah, I was quite young when I watched it.
Have you seen it a lot?
Maybe I rented it maybe 4 times.
I
always remember the cover. It was an R-rated one, which was the Australia's NC-17. And it was a blue-tinged cover where, like, it was a woman's chest wearing the pentagram or necromantic necklace.
Mm-hmm.
But I want you to stop. I'll give you more money. I've already been paid satisfactorily.
I want to say something about this little introductory scene that's supposed to set everything up. First of all, we have a psychic witch, well, she's the necromancer.
Yes.
And her name is Lisa.
I know.
Which is not very necromantic. They could have called her, like, like Elizabeth or fucking Tabitha or something witchy. Yeah, but she's
or even
Lisa.
Lisa.
Lisa, I would have taken. Yeah. But fucking this girl here who had worked with her for some kind of whatever before knew that she was no good. So she was leaving. Why would you turn around and go back in the house? That made no sense. But there's a lot about this movie that doesn't make sense.
Like the slow motion axe to the face that you don't get to see.
And that, I think the most glaring thing that makes zero sense is the fucking kids are breaking in to steal the answers to a drama exam.
Oh, no.
What? And in one scene, they're doing Taming of the Shrew, and then they're doing Romeo and Juliet. So, like, what show are we putting on here?
The Taming
Do you like
of Juliet.
Shakespeare?
Yeah. Shakespeare in Love.
You like Shakespeare in Love?
You can tell she is a man. I do think that Ernest is a bit cute. Like, having rewatched this now, the guys are generally nicely cut. I mean, they all look very old for for their college years.
Another thing that I noted made no sense was initially Julie, played by lovely Elizabeth Caitan, of Friday the 13th Part 7 fame and Vice Academy fame, and what else was she in?
Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. But yeah, she, after the, well, we'll call it a group therapy. She is...
Confession.
She is group therapized by some thugs. Well, they weren't really thugs.
They escalated quickly, you know.
Yeah, it escalated very quickly. But yeah, first she tells her friend that she can't go to the police because she doesn't want the boyfriend Eric to find out. And then it seems like there was a rewrite or something, because out of fucking nowhere, she had a dalliance with the drama teacher and wrote him a single love letter that these boys found, and they're going to hold against her.
Yeah, but they found the love letter while they were breaking in. To get
I don't
the
know.
cheek
It just
notes.
seemed weird. I
mean, their relationship. I feel that they should have hired a better-looking drama teacher if that was going to be the case. Because it's a bit, I don't want to say hideous, but I couldn't imagine him having many female fans. Like, he's got those real pedo-tinted glasses on. And like, a fedora with a...
And there's a scene, too, where he speaks of their previous relationship or whatever. And she's like, I was very young then. And it's like, was that last semester? When did this happen?
I know.
There's the rub, for in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we've shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause.
And then he's totally creeping on the girl who
Yeah.
wants to play Juliet, and she is completely oblivious.
Yeah.
No idea. Not the brightest bulb.
Yeah. Just a real Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yes, definitely Gwyneth Paltrow.
Now, you're saying that Elizabeth joined Vice Academy in the third part?
Mm-hmm.
And just out of nowhere?
Well, she joined because Linnea Quigley dropped out.
Okay.
So she took over Linnea Quigley,
Yeah.
her character. So Linnea, her character was
Okay.
Candy, and she was Elizabeth Kate was Dee Dee, or was it the other way around? I think it's the other way around. I think Linnea was Dee Dee, and she was Candy.
Okay.
I haven't watched Vice Academy in a while.
Now, I will just say I am giving you some generic answers because you're cutting in and out quite badly.
Oh no,
Sorry.
that's no good. Is that any better?
Yes, that's much better, actually. It's like when
Listen to
you were
that
trying to
dramatic
watch
music.
trying to watch porn in the 90s. Yeah, I feel that. I actually don't mind the music at all. That there were some well-spent elements, but for the Necromancer, it was quite cheap-looking. It looked like a wet Jim Henson creation that they found in the bin. Like, it was terrible.
Well, that seems to be the consensus with this movie, is that the special effects were god-awful.
Like, I feel it would have worked better had they just like painted her skin or something, like, as opposed to what the effects were. They could have done less, and I think it would look better.
Well, the hands were a man, apparently.
Yeah.
And there's one scene, too, right before the one guy gets killed.
You'll have to be more specific.
He's going to get in the shower.
Yeah.
And you can see that he's got pants on.
You actually see a fair bit of butt, which was nice.
Yeah, that's nice. Ass is always good, what?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although one thing I didn't understand is they kept, like blood would come out of sinks and stuff like that.
Well, that was kind of like the thing back then. That was like kind of like a horror movie trope.
Yes.
It's like, turn the faucet on. Oh my God, it's bleeding. I'm going to fill the tub and walk away. Oh my God, I came back and it's filled with blood. Oh no.
One of these guys, they all are the same person to me, but one of them reminds me a bit of Evan Peters.
Everybody reminds you of somebody. Who's Evan Peters?
He is actually one of the main actors from American Horror Story that a lot of people find really cute, but I'm not really in that camp, whereas I prefer this guy.
Mm-hmm.
This is so like
Check this letter out.
Steve from Beverly Hills 90210.
She's banging Professor DeLong.
Charles, I think about you late at night while I lay in
Ian's earring.
national last
Yes, when he like stole the stole the answers for the test.
Oh, yeah. Well, he had to get out of high school. He was fucking 42 years old.
Yeah, I know. How many years did he fail? And now he's working with Tara Reid. I mean,
Well, see, that shows you right there that he didn't even graduate.
I'm on my way.
Because what else kind of job would you get?
oh, and he was on that bloody Celebrity Apprentice.
And Dancing with the Stars.
Oh God.
He did a really cheesy TV movie that I quite like in his 90210 days, but Shelley Long is in it, and
Okay.
when it aired, it was called The Women of Spring Break, and then when they put it out on DVD, they changed the title to Welcome to Paradise.
Okay.
But it's about these three middle-aged women who are not particularly happy in their day-to-day life, and they decide to go back to the fictitious Paradise Beach where they went on vacation and had a pretty significant time 20 years before, and they all have their fun.
Hymen broken.
And Ian is lusts. He lusts after Shelley.
Well, who wouldn't? Troop leader Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm. Phil Sniffler.
Because I wasn't very cultured, Ian, as he likes to be called, was sort of the first male that I knew with blonde hair.
What are you doing?
And I was a bit taken aback.
Nothing.
Like with that level of blonde.
No one's getting
I mean, I've known kids
Get your hands off me, Carl.
who have it when they're really young, like under 10, and then it generally changes.
I went to primary school with a boy that was like a few clicks away from being albino.
I remember I interviewed with an albino I was trying to get a job at a Blockbuster.
Okay.
And he didn't even pull me into the office. He just pulled me to a desolate corner of the store on the main floor and to interview me.
And you didn't get the job?
I didn't get the job.
Oh. Well, you're being too difficult. Like, no, I don't want to wait till
I'm not a good interview. I'm really not. I don't know what the fuck to say.
I think I can be a bit too casual sometimes in an interview.
I remember I tried to get a job at a bank once, and I was being interviewed by this woman, and I just could not stop staring at her boobs because they were clearly fake. And I was looking at them the whole time during the interview. Maybe that's why I didn't get hired
well
there.
With customers, yes.
So whatever the fuck his name is, I don't know. The three guys are all interchangeable.
Yeah.
But one of them, the one who has the butterfly knife, he tries to do some trickery with it, but he didn't know how to. And he swings it around and drops it or something. And they just left it in the movie.
Dear Charles, when I lay in bed at night, my thoughts are of you.
Where did you get that?
What's the difference?
I do enjoy you, Elizabeth Caitan, but you're no Meryl Streep. That's all I'm gonna say. I was looking up reviews for this on YouTube, and nobody knows how the fuck to say her name. It's Elizabeth Caitan.
Caitan?
It's Caitan.
Well, a lot of the reviews I read just from users were saying that she was probably the best thing about it, is that she had a good presence.
She's probably the best thing about this movie. Yes, I think if they had somebody else who was unknown, it would more than likely be unwatchable. Also, there's a story, I don't know exactly what happened, but a lot of the movie was shot, and then there was another director, and he was replaced. I don't know if he walked off or got fired or what, but the guy who, Dusty, whatever the fuck his name is.
Nelson.
Dusty Nelson.
Which sounds like a stripper.
Just hold her down.
Sounds like a crusty old stripper who should have left the pole
Yes.
years ago.
I mean, I feel that... Not to... The guy that's holding her down could have pretended that she got loose, as opposed to... I realise there's some peer pressure elements. Oh, God.
Well, I mean, at least it wasn't an I spit on your grave kind of group therapy session, because we didn't need that. I think this movie is just far too campy. Or, well, I spit on your grave is pretty campy. But Last House on the Left, we'll say.
Yeah. I mean, the one... Yeah, compared to those movies, I feel that the embarrassment of the ones watching is more realistic than... Well, I'm going to get in on that as well.
Another thing that I didn't like was she was traumatized by this. And then after going to see the Necromancer, she and her friend are like getting drunk and laughing it up. And she's like over it. Everything's fine now, apparently.
Well, there's probably an inch stick that didn't do much to her anyway. Although I will say, I'm a bit embarrassed to admit this story. As a child, like in my pubescent years, I kind of adopted this story into a like a gay porno that I wrote for myself.
Oh no.
But then, like, I remember I deleted it because my sister sort of caught a glimpse of it, and she was like, "Oh, what was that?" And I said, "If you mention this again, I'm going to hang myself." Lid off the cauldron.
springs from the heart and carries you on towards your goal in exactly the same way it happened to the first witches thousands of years ago.
So, what did Natasha like this one as well?
I never really asked. I don't know. I might say no. Like, as in, she probably found it fine, but then, because sometimes I would, like, bring it to re-rent, because she had to rent it because I was underage. And she's like, no, not that one again, type of thing, so.
Oh, so you have a history with this.
Late 30s, looking for female in her 20s.
I did not know that.
Trampolines. Also looking for couples to videotape orgies on the roof of my RV. Contact Happy Box 1313.
You see what they did there? Contact 1313. And then Lisa's address is like 1113 or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh God. This is so stupid. When my ex did the musical theater one, part of the curriculum was you had to do your own cabaret. So as part of the cabaret, he thought it would be fun to get everybody in the audience, and by audience I mean like 5 people. And that's including the teacher who was the piano accompanist.
Yeah.
As well as that really cute guy I told you about. We went to his apartment.
Yes.
He could play guitar, and he did a cover of Ecstatic Process.
Oh, really? That's cute. I'm
yeah,
surprised he knew it.
Well, who do you think he learned it from? Or found it from, or heard it from, or whatever. Yes, that's right.
Oh, that's nice.
And then he bought the sheet music. But yeah,
Did
at
you
the beginning,
do like the duet with him?
No. I was in the audience like a fucking idiot.
Jesus Christ, would you look at me?
With the camcorder. But anyway, so no, I did. I had a camcorder.
God. I can imagine like you holding it with that little flap window out so you can watch it.
I had a DV cam.
Yes, me too. Shit. I had a JVC.
Mine was Canon. No, I'm not finishing the story. You always derail me. But he gave out these slips of paper because he thought it would be fun for people to write something about themselves for him to read at some point during the show. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because he didn't even tell me about this beforehand, so I didn't know until I got there. And I'm like, and you know, I'm not gonna take it seriously.
Yeah.
So I used it like a personal ad. And I said my name was Bernard and that I enjoyed. I said something weird, but I said I enjoyed long walks on the beach, Satanism, and moonlit sacrifices, or something like that.
Yeah.
Contact me at box 666. And he did not get it at all.
Yeah, I could imagine like that confused rereading it out on stage. So we got Gerard.
No, he did. He read Bernard, and he went.
Bernard, sorry.
He went Bernard. Who's Bernard? And it's like common sense. Of course, it's me.
Yeah. Of everyone else. Can't even recognize your handwriting.
Yeah. I actually had good handwriting once upon a time. He had the worst handwriting ever. And I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that he was a lefty.
Oh, that shouldn't make a difference, though.
Oh, I don't know. I've known lefties who have had really bad handwriting.
Maybe he wasn't a lefty. But he just tried writing with the left hand.
Something happened last night.
No pushing you to spend the night with me in the dorm and made you upset. I understand that.
Yeah, nobody listens. He just talks.
Nobody, I was just about to say, nobody fucking gives a shit. Everybody's got their own.
So you just fell asleep.
It's like assuming what you're going to say and then not letting you say it.
Blame him. It's a hell of a study.
And then there's the other part with that one girl who was cheating on the boyfriend to spend the night with the one guy to do fucking lines with him. And then the next day, she wakes up, she has a total change of heart. I know what you did, you used me. It's like, what? Where the fuck did that come from? How many people wrote this script?
Maybe she was coming down.
It was like, kind of like fucking, the script was passed around to like 5 different people who all had
like a
ideas.
pass the parcel of
it's
you
like
write a line. You write a line.
Exquisite corpse.
Hi, Frida. How you doing?
Frida. Her friend's name is Frida.
Frida Lurch.
He thinks I shined him on last night because I was...
Shined him on. That's like such a 70s thing to say. He thinks I shined him on.
I don't know what to do.
Nobody was saying shine on in 1988.
I think we should bring it back, though.
No, I don't want to. You know what, though? I was surprised when people started saying lit, because lit is something that my parents used to say.
I remember you saying.
When they were young. And I remember I tried to say it, and somebody I was like getting to know. And he was like, oh, what are you trying to be cool? And I was like, what? Almost like lit is so old. What are you talking about? It's like saying groovy.
Come on, this is it. Now that we're here, I'm kind of curious myself.
But Did you know what the big thing now is? You say something is fire.
Oh my god. No, I have no idea of what is current.
I just know this because I watch YouTube videos.
Yep.
But you know what's not fire?
A lot to unpack. Is that
this movie? This movie is a spent lump of coal.
Oh, it's a fine movie. It's one of those revenge flicks.
Well, it's no taboo, I can tell you that.
Payable after the session. And only if you are satisfied.
I think that, but for the bad effects, I think it was a fine movie.
The fucking music is eclipsing the audio of the dialogue.
Well, that's probably a good thing.
I'm going to be kicking myself when that song comes up again, because I know it's in a movie that I've seen a million times, and I can't remember what it
People
is.
who lived here before me left in rather a hurry, so I inherited some of their things.
Left in rather a hurry.
Yes. Her accent seems a bit forced, like a...
Free to stay outside of the circle.
You call that an
She's
accent?
trying to... No, like as if she's trying to be a bit profound. And that, you know, when people put on a bit of a... Oh yes, fellow student Julie Johnson is finishing
like
some work.
she's
You know, it's
a performer at a Renaissance fair.
Yes, that's what it is.
Is this what you really want? If it is, say yes.
Whereas the other credit is 21 Jump Street, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, she seems far too happy here.
And she's fond of Lisa, that is. She's fond of saying, it's too late.
Too late for you. Oh no, that's from Copycat.
He who was once called Belial, the one who rules the world of vengeance and anger. We call thee now.
I guess you're supposed to think that shit's about to go down whenever she says it's too late.
I always love this vocal effect.
This is not good because you really can't even understand her. All I hear is See, even Elizabeth Caitan had enough. She's like, stop, please. She can't take it anymore.
Oh god, what's with the axe?
Listen to those synths. Well, I will say though, the music is a bit better than you would expect.
Yeah,
in
it's
a
not
movie
the
like
worst
this.
horror music that I've heard.
No.
Does he ever get changed, Ernest?
No.
I feel like he stinks.
No, he does not.
He just washes his hair and puts that Vaseline oil in it.
Ew.
Because it's always the same.
I'll
have to look him up. You're saying he does children's books.
He writes children's books now.
Like Madonna?
I guess.
Did you ever read her children's book?
I did. I think I have them all still.
About the English Rose, is that what it's called?
The English Roses was the first one. Mr. Peabody's Apples was the second one. Mr. Peabody's Apples has some really beautiful illustrations.
Yeah.
And there's Yakov and the Seven Thieves.
I beg your pardon?
Yakov in the
Oh,
70s.
Probably the bowels of
I think there's like a
Wait, no.
there's a couple there's one I think there's one other, and then there's another English Roses.
Yeah.
Horrible than the bowels of Diva.
You agree. Say yes 3 times.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Elizabeth has forgotten all about being group therapized,
Yeah.
We disturb thy kingdom.
and it only happened like 12 hours ago.
Yeah.
Hey, you maniacs! Trapper, they're gonna turn you around.
God.
Apparently, she's a good little bounce backer.
She compartmentalizes quite easily. It's her European heritage. Coming from a communist country.
Also, after being group therapized, she's feels comfortable enough to go to a party.
Hosted by the head.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Are you sure you want to do this?
By the head therapist.
Therapist, yeah.
Sarah could come here as band play.
I'd be only coming back with a Molotov cocktail.
Go.
If they thought about it, or maybe they tried. She's got a dress on with like back straps, and I thought they should have done like a pentagram backstrap.
Okay, this isn't Starry Eyes. Let's calm down.
Are you ready? For what? You won't believe this. Come on. Believe what? Okay, Julie can come too.
Go on, I'll be fine.
I wonder if her name is just Are You Ready, Girl?
I met this really neat guy today for one of those singles ads.
This is a really neat guy. Oh my god, you guys. You're gonna die. Oh my god. You guys. It's so neat. So neat, you guys.
Is this the song?
No.
Okay. God.
Ow!
I find it weird when the drummer is the singer. Even though some good
That almost
bands-
never happens.
Well, isn't Foo Fighters is?
I didn't think that Dave Grohl drums anymore.
Oh, okay. Actually, in saying that, yeah, I remember seeing him performing with the guitar and singing. So, God, it's got no lips. Just noticing this bathroom. They've got a mirrored wall, and then they've got a mirror on the mirror.
Well, that was a choice.
Yes. Thank you, Tatiana. I was just thinking, it'd be funny if she looked up at the mirror in the ceiling as well now.
I almost fucking pissed myself at the part where he's like, "Don't hit me, man! Don't hit me, man! I won't pay you!"
I thought that was actually really... some of that writing I actually didn't mind. That it really showed his douche quality. Like, he's a real shithead. It's... Was that knife scene that you were talking about?
Yeah.
No.
Like, of a lot of movie therapists, his behavior is one I actually see as a bit more realistic, as being based in
I shot him. Get a doctor.
God, what's the word?
Get a doctor?
affluence?
Who the fuck? You shot somebody, you don't call a doctor.
Get a Band-Aid.
This is it. This is the song.
Yeah.
I think they added that guitar because pretty sure it's not in it.
Yeah.
Whatever. And these vocals, I don't remember either.
Sounds very Skid Row. That's how long the song was?
No. It's longer in whatever the other movie was. I just think it was just that riff
Yep.
with the drums
Oh, we were gonna dance.
that they used in the other movie, and it was probably after this. And then
God, this calls for a shot. I scared that victim that we therapized.
Julie, my girlfriend. Why'd she take off?
Maybe she didn't like your music.
Al, don't give me any of your jokes.
I'm not your pal, I'm your employer, and I'm paying you to play. So play.
You know what happened. You're gonna tell me.
You don't want to know.
Yes, I do.
Okay, tough guy. She wanted to buy some blow, but didn't have the cash, and she
just wanted to buy
pulled
some
on
blow.
Liar. She doesn't do drugs.
Oh, really? She does a lot of things you don't know about.
Hey, pretty boy.
Pretty boy. It's
Hey, if you hit me, I'm not
wouldn't call him boy.
Don't hit me, man.
Don't hit me, man.
Dickhead. The suit is Armani.
If that was today, it would be like, God damn it, my iPhone 13.
I know.
Back then, it was like, oh, my Swatch.
The one with the rock face. Eat shit and live.
What have you been watching Sleepaway Camp with Marcus? Again.
That line gets...
What do you mean you can't come over?
So I was trying to hear his name.
I'd rather be alone tonight.
Isn't it Eric?
We had a date.
Honey, I'll call you tomorrow.
Oh, it could be. I don't know.
Oh, no, this isn't Elizabeth.
Of course, I love you.
Oh, I don't know.
No, the first one that gets killed.
Yeah, right.
I think it's quite cute.
Yeah, right, bitch. Yeah. Let's do these drugs all night.
It's good that it's only wearing like a face towel as a towel.
Do you snort it again?
No. Although I'll have to check. Oh, hello, sailor. Yeah, I think that the shape of the shower isn't the same as what it is from the outside.
Hmm.
Oh, and did you say you could see his underwear in the scene? Yeah.
Yeah, he's got pants on or something.
No, it looked like
Well-
he had like a G-string.
Well, I don't know, but
Like from the bird's eye view camera shot.
well, he's gonna have the guy underneath him with the fake arms, so I'm sure he didn't want to be naked.
Ah, well.
Well, I would be fine if you didn't have the fake arms. It's like, you know,
Yeah.
that's cool. You want to get down.
I remember...
Lose the fucking Party City arms. What?
Oh my god. Yeah. In my pubescent days. I always remember the scene, you probably haven't seen Point Break, but there was a woman that was naked.
Yeah, wasn't it Lori Petty? She gets changed in the parking lot.
No, in the shower. When the police come around and like, I think she comes out fighting.
I don't remember
Oh
that.
my god.
Lori Petty, I think that was because she was in it. That was like the only reason why I watched it.
Okay.
I think I might have seen it in theaters because my mother used to have a mad, crazy crush on Patrick Swayze.
Yeah. My cousins did.
What are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. You made me lie to my boyfriend.
She's gone crazy.
Oh, this is like completely irrational.
You got what you wanted. But you
Where did this come from? Yes, exactly. That's what I've been saying. That's what I would be saying. But like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? What are you on? Because it ain't what I gave you. I know that.
You know, I'm not a fan of red underwear on men.
Oh, you're not?
Nah.
don't touch me.
What color? You like black,
Just
right?
stay away.
No, I can do any other color. I don't know. I just don't like the red color.
Have you heard about those? It's like a thing now. With guys wearing those, like, I think it's Andrew Christian underwear. I've never heard of them before.
Oh, they're quite nice. I bought a pair maybe a decade ago.
Oh,
They've been around forever.
oh, I don't know. But I thought they were like stripper underwear. They're real skimpy.
They're a bit skimpy. Well, they have a extra pouch for your bulge to fit into, so it pushes the area outward.
So they're like what are those other ones?
2Xs?
No, there's another one that has like the hole instead of vertical, it's horizontal, which makes things a lot more difficult to pull out of there.
No. Are you talking about like the piss flap where you can just?
Yes.
No, I'm not talking about that. It's not.
Well,
like that.
no. What I was trying to say was those underwear have that little support for your testicles.
Yeah.
No,
like a little kangaroo pouch.
I was watching some video on YouTube last night where all these straight guys were trying on the Andrew Christian underwear.
I think I've heard of that video, but I haven't watched it because I don't care. Actually, I've been watching a yoga channel by a guy called Aston King.
Mm-hmm.
Just like all the rest.
I'd give that a go. Huh?
You do yoga?
Well, the clips are maybe 2.5 minutes long at longest, so they're not really great yoga. But you see a lovely man stretching in underwear.
You just like to watch him contort himself?
Hmm?
I say you just like to watch this man contort himself.
Yeah.
This is gonna be fun.
God. Far too much slow motion stuff.
Oh, that was convincing, Liz.
You know who I found, but in saying this, I don't mind it. Who had a fairly uninspired wake up scream was oh god, what's her name? Patricia Arquette at the beginning of Nightmare on Elm Street 3. She sort of just wakes up without even screaming. It's a startle up, and then she goes to the taps and gets slit.
You know, when they do those dramatic waking from a nightmare
They do it in reverse. No, just kidding.
things, no, if they know what they're doing, if the director knows what he's doing, he has somebody hold their feet. Because if you jump up like that real quick, your feet go up. So they have to have and the feet, holding the feet down makes it more dramatic.
Yeah. Like doing a sit-up.
Mm-hmm. I've never done that.
A sit-up?
No. Shot up like that after a nightmare.
I have once, but it wasn't a nightmare. It was just like I just remember doing it once and thinking, oh, this is like such a film. It might have been because I was sleeping on a sofa bed, so it could have been because of the bad back support. I could have.
Was the bar right in your back?
Yeah.
It was making a dent?
Yes. Then I went scuba diving and my eyes, like... Sorry.
Necromancer talks to the dead. Uses their spirits. Wait, I don't want to hurt you.
Then what do you want?
You should learn how to talk to people better.
Do you know Paul Duchesne?
Is that who you're looking for?
This, I mean, while it's not bad, the music is a little too...
If you see him, tell him to find me.
They spent good money on this music. They want to use it.
It's a little too ever present, and it overshadows the terrible dialogue.
Takes you out of it.
And we need the terrible dialogue, otherwise how can we follow this very complex film?
Oh, Romeo, Romeo,
wherefore art
Romeo?
Wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a Capulet.
Oh my God. When I was in middle school, I don't know. I think I might have been 7th or 8th grade. And I don't even know who the fuck it was, because we didn't have drama in my middle school. But I don't know. It was like, I think it was only 2 kids. They did like a couple scenes from Romeo and Juliet, and we all, got together in the auditorium to watch it. And they were doing that scene when she's on the balcony.
Yeah.
And the little girl who was playing Juliet, they made like this big cutout to look like a balcony. But it was just like, one. It wasn't like, 3D. It was flat, but it was just like cut to look like the end of a balcony.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was like, had an arch. And I guess she was supposed to hold it, and she didn't, and it fell over. And she was sitting on the top of a ladder, so all you saw was her sitting there with her little feet swinging.
No. Wherefore art thou, balcony?
And she was just sitting like, what do I do? Do I get down and get my balcony?
and keep trying to go on with the theme. I remember we did The Merchant of Venice. We did a scene from The Merchant of Venice, and the teacher said that I was the best in the group, which was nice. Not in that way, but like that I really did well with it.
Can you come over? Yeah, sure. Great. Okay, I'll give you some exercises that will really help you so that when you get on the stage, you won't fight yourself.
This feels very improvised to me.
It could be. Well, because she didn't really know what to do, but...
No.
But, like, he's a fairly established actor. I could imagine he could lift some. So.
Well, he just seemed very unsure of what he was saying.
Character, I mean, I just assumed do it in class, okay, so that all the students get the benefit.
It's not about school.
And the part when
I'm here to warn you.
she says that she's getting financial aid, And he says you won't get financial aid if you're failing your class. I am pretty sure that's not how financial aid works.
Well, maybe
especially
in
not
school it does.
Especially not drama. You're not going to fucking take away your financial aid for an elective.
Maybe it's a school for the arts. Maybe it's like NIDA, but in America.
Yeah, and there's like 4 people who go to this school.
This is where like actors get found. The home of Meryl.
Mm-hmm.
Uma.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon Doherty.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that it's a damn shame.
I heard Tina Yothers studied
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they do that?
Well, I thought you knew. I mean, Duchesne's mother is on the school's board of trustees.
I remember in the 90s, I guess she must have gotten so tired of being recognized for the show, she dyed her hair jet black.
What show was she in?
Family Ties.
Oh, yes. Oh, God. And her boyfriend who keeps seeing her getting hugs from people. Like 3 times. How many times can you use that as a plot device? It's not what you think.
Eric, wait. Eric. Do you mind stopping?
This was Eric's only film.
Wait for class.
Oh. The world
Was lost.
was
Of this
lost
opportunity.
without this talent.
Yes, about something that upset you. About something you don't know about.
After what I saw last
About something you don't know about.
Just come out and say it.
Eric.
I was therapized, goddammit.
If
I was
Denise
group
Richards can say it.
therapized.
Yeah. It sounded almost like they did a whipping noise to go with a hand movement. Oh, God.
Isn't that ominous music?
copy of that test. Where's Duchesne?
We're still talking about a fucking
I
that
know.
Did you
test?
take off for Mexico again?
It's like, oh, that's right. That's how it all happened.
Yes, that was the impetus for this monstrosity.
The water clear. To turn the tide for Julie. The fates
Dun, 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 dun,
The
dun.
moon will take away all strife. Commits another phase.
Is this like
Mirrored
Muppet
surface,
music, but more
smooth
ominous?
as glass, will thus describe
No.
Well, not now.
with hope serene within your breast.
No, but I'm pretty sure I've heard the composer
Emerge from oceans
in other stuff.
and life.
Low budget stuff.
That. Dun, 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 dun. You know.
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Everybody, it's showtime.
Oh, God. Stop it, you're embarrassing me.
You're gonna get me out of character.
We're going to start off tonight with Romeo's balcony speech. As soon as we finish that, we're going to run the entire show.
Did he say Romeo's balcony speech?
Yeah.
Rehearsal, so I would appreciate it
Yeah,
if you
no.
bear with me and have patience.
He must not have read the
Run your
play.
line, fine, do it backstage,
He wrote the play.
quietly.
It's his
Only
edition.
actors that I want to hear are the ones that are on
Yeah, that's right.
TV.
He's Shakespeare.
Give me that
Yes.
All right. Your energy up.
I need a
We're going to follow
pillow.
them up to heaven where they fall in love again.
Mm-hmm. You better get out of my face. Out of my face! Out of my face!
Do you want some chicken?
Any costumes that aren't quite ready, I'd like to see them on stage anyway. Okay? Just so I can get an idea of the whole color scheme.
My ass.
It's a very chubby Romeo, though. It's almost like he's trying to create a flop.
What light through yonder window grate? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun.
Oh, God. I hate when people try to be bad.
They should have just hired me. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I'm gonna do fine.
Or me.
Dean's gonna be really proud of his son. Oh, good. All right,
Yeah,
everybody,
but
let's
that
take it
wouldn't
from
have
the
been
top.
believable.
Damn it! The hell with Shakespeare.
They should do a gay Romeo and Juliet and call it Romeo and Julio.
No, it needs to rhyme more with Juliet.
Typical male chauvinist.
Oh, damn it! Oh!
Ooh.
Or like, it'd be orgy like Romeo and the rest. No.
What?
Who is it?
Did you ever watch Tromeo and Juliet?
Oh my God. No. Well, yes, I think I did when it first came out, but you just reminded me of something, and I was going to save this story in case we ever did Romeo and Juliet, but I don't think we're going to do Romeo and Juliet. But in 10th grade, my English teacher, he was like very, he was very like straight-laced and like bookish, and he looked kind of like do you remember on Seinfeld the NBC executive who was obsessed with Elaine and he quit?
No, maybe I do. Was he one that George had to replace a photo of, maybe? Or maybe...
No, that was
okay.
when he was working at Kruger Industrial Smoothing. Don't you remember when they went to the apartment and Denise Richards was the daughter and they were staring at her cleavage?
Oh, I didn't realize that. No, but carry on.
Okay. Well, he was like a very, bookish suit, glasses wearing guy.
Yeah.
Very plain and mild mannered and... but there was like a 25 or what is it 27 by 36 the big poster of Romeo and Juliet
okay.
tacked to the bulletin board at the front of the class, and I used to look at it and wonder, how could you watch Romeo and Juliet? You so do not seem like the type of person who would even know what trauma is. But I just never asked him. Because it never felt appropriate. Because he wasn't, he wasn't mean or anything. But he was just like he was just like...
You felt unapproachable to him.
He felt, he was kind of unapproachable. He was like the kind of teacher that you only felt comfortable talking to about school-related stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess it was like toward the end of the year or something, and one day I finally got up the cards and I was like, his name was Mr. James. I was like, Mr. James, I have to ask you, you've seen Romeo and Juliet? And he looked at me and he was like, huh? I was like, the poster, Romeo and Juliet. And he was like, oh, a student gave that to me. I don't even know what that is.
Well, that's interesting, as in, so there were other students who found him approachable, at least.
I guess.
I've got that same suit.
But I remember there's like, I remember the tagline being something like, it was like something like, bondage, sadomasochism, body piercing, the things that make Shakespeare great.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, like, why does he have this on the wall? This is kind of inappropriate.
Yeah, but Shakespeare had a few very violent plays. Like that one with Anthony Hopkins in it. Dr. Central. Oh, I forget the name.
Remember the one with Christina Ricci when she got her throat cut and she was bleeding all over the audience? Remember that?
That was in Addams Family Values.
I know.
Oh, sweet oblivion. Oh, no, that was part one. That's right, not part two.
It's the first one, yeah.
Oh, God, and that over the shoulder look at the camera. Oh, it's green eyes again.
Well, that's our cue. That's like that's the beginning of
the end of the glove.
That's the beginning of something bad's going to happen, and it's too late.
Bad effects, yes.
No. Oh, my God. Liz.
Is that a repeat shot?
Probably.
She's on top.
Well, it was equally as bad. Aside from Friday 7, have you've seen Silent Night, Deadly Night 2?
I might have, but forgettably so.
And you've never seen anything else? Elizabeth Caitan's
No, I didn't watch any of the Vice Academy stuff. I did look at her filmography, and it looked, you know. I recognise the titles, but haven't seen them. Have you seen Silent Madness? That looked interesting.
She won't stop.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Okay.
It was in 3D.
Really?
There's good and evil within each of us. I watch her. You're not the first. You have to be very careful.
He's like her familiar.
Yes.
I guess. I mean, you really don't even know. I mean, either he's her familiar or he's trying
like
to learn from her or something.
Her Renfield.
Renfield, perhaps. You know that Dracula and Renfield were secretly fucking.
Both of you.
You asked for help. You wanted the revenge.
Yes.
You wanted the
Dracula was down. Okay.
Be your friend.
Be your friend. Oh my God. It is so
He
hard
was
to make friends
about
as
it,
an
about
adult.
it. What?
It's so hard to make friends as an adult.
It really is.
Especially when you go around in the same top every day.
I remember I was to go to the Jersey Shore for family vacations, and
if she was ugly, she can die.
To Wildwood, and whenever we used to stay, whatever hotel we used to stay at, I always used to make a friend like the first day at the pool, and whoever this kid was would be like my friend for the week, for the duration of the vacation.
And then at the end, you'd see your parents paying him. I'm just kidding.
Shut at your face.
What was that? Some bet? Oh, some stupid bet?
Oh my God. You're so dramatic. What was that from?
Shizzle that.
Oh God, I thought it was actually from something good.
Well, it was from not another teen movie, so I guess there's that as well.
Well, all I know about that is you better bring it.
Oh, it's been broughton. This is not
By
a
the way,
cheerocracy. I am the cheer-tater.
There's a new Bring It On coming out.
Oh my God.
And it's going to be a slasher movie.
Oh, that's alright. I don't mind that.
I forget what it's called, but it was originally called Bring It On Halloween or something.
Oh God.
And then it's called like then they changed it to like Bring It On Cheer for Your Life or something like that.
I don't think they should have attached Bring It On to it though.
No, that's what I was thinking. They should have just made it a slasher movie about cheerleaders, because it's, you know, I doubt anybody from the previous movies are going to be in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is the 7th one. Who the fuck knew? Well, I did when I found that 6 movie Bring It On box set on Amazon that one time.
It's like the next Taboo.
Mm-hmm.
I've been so busy with the theater. Listen. Spoken with a friend.
I actually like some of the set designing. It's stupid but funny.
I have a boyfriend who loves me.
What did he call it? Smoke some Paramus.
That's cool.
Oh.
I've got somebody too. You and me.
He called it something.
Oldies but goodie. Hey, remember how you used to love me?
I was young and I looked up to you.
I was young. It was on the last semester.
You're a good teacher. But I'm sure there'll be many others.
For you, Maid. And not for me.
I thought you said you found someone.
Just, cut it off just like that,
Mm-hmm.
He's too special.
Like an actor in the scene.
He still likes to play the field.
You know, you're probably going to lose your scholarship.
He likes to have a
I
backup.
don't need it. I'm getting financial aid next semester.
Oh, I don't think so.
Well, and this whole thing with the mother of one of the therapists being on the board, taking away her scholarship, I don't think they could do that.
No, well, that would seem a bit,
sketch.
Yes.
Why?
Why?
I want to lose you.
Well, I don't think they could take away a scholarship unless you violate the terms anyway, because it's like a contract.
That's not the way you used to talk.
Yeah.
Remember, I was ecstasy.
She goes all Farrah Abraham.
Well, I was thinking more Vanessa Williams.
I haven't forgotten.
Vanessa Williams didn't get pregnant. She did porn.
Oh, it's the other P word.
All right. Just drink. We'll take it one step at a time.
Oh, God. See, I find him, he's the worst of her assailants.
Well,
it is like there's no like commendable male in this movie at all.
I had a flashback when she said, "I can't believe you'd do that to me," because I said that to somebody once I was dating, and he broke up with me. But I still had feelings for him, and I wanted. We stayed friends, I guess, even though he treated me like shit. He was awful. Yeah. But he actually told me that he wanted to have sex with one of my friends, and
while you were together, or after
no, this was after the fact when we were friends.
Yeah,
but still, that's fucking slimy as fuck. Yeah. And I said to him, "I can't believe you do that to me." And you know what his response was?
Well, we're broken up. I don't know what.
His response was, and I quote, "Pfft."
Oh.
Yeah, he was a real treasure.
Yeah, well, so a good way to end the friendship. There are a few in the gay community who can be a bit sexually unconscious.
You don't say.
No. It was like a...
Not the gays.
Oh, no. It's. I remember when I was telling a friend that like I was having an issue with one of the members in the gay choir, and it was like, oh, a gay person being bitchy, who'd have thought? Like,
oh yeah.
I thought it would have been funny had she come out in a different dress, and he just didn't realise.
Well, I knew somebody from school who was gay, and we were friends. But he was when we were in middle school. He wasn't really bitchy then, but then we kind of. I wouldn't say we were friends, but we met each other again, like later in life when I was like in my early 20s, because we had a couple of friends in common. And there was just something about him I didn't like. I just got bad vibes from him.
Yeah.
And it turned out, yeah, I was right on the money. There was something wrong with him. Because I don't remember what. I know he like was fond of vandalism. And not only that, but he was a compulsive liar. And he I don't remember what the story was, but he had some kind of issue with somebody at a Burger King drive-thru. So in retaliation, he came back, I think that night, with a baseball bat and fucking busted up the window.
Oh.
And
he went all Maury Povich on their ass.
Yeah, he went crazy. And the friend who saw me as her number one plan B, she was the one who told me, because she had met him through somebody, and she drove me there, and I saw it, and the window was like all covered in cardboard and tape. And I was like, oh my god. I was like, what the fuck? What did he tell you? And she was like, oh, he told me he went crazy. He said he busted the window in, climbed inside, and was chasing people around in there. I was like, really? That's what he told you? Please don't tell me you believe that. I wouldn't be surprised if he just like threw a rock or something like that. But whatever he did, it was enough damage to completely fuck up the window.
I bind you, Lisa. Do you know what's come of him now?
No. I know another thing that he did. There was a bar that he was bartending at that was like there was a neighborhood bar where he lived, and I don't remember what happened, but I know he very much liked attention. And he used to climb on top of the bar and like go all Coyote Ugly. And fucking like lift up his shirt like to show his stomach and shit because he thought he was hot and he was not. And I guess his antics are what got him fired. This is just speculation. I don't know. But he went into like the I don't know, whatever database it is. And it was in Yahoo at the time, because I remember going to Yahoo to look up gay bars in South Philly, and this bar came up, and I was like, what? That's a gay bar now? And I called them and I asked, and I was like, did you guys change management or something? And the woman laughed and she was like, no, somebody who used to work here did that. I know she didn't mean it in a nasty way, but she said, we're a normal bar, but everybody's welcome.
We're gay friendly, but she said it in a very unfriendly way.
In a very un-PC
tactfully way, yes.
We're normal, but you know, if you're not, you can.
We accept your abnormalities.
We accept you and your many.
We'll pray for you.
Sinning ways.
Muriel singing ways.
We accept you and your sodomy.
We won't be seeing you in heaven.
Is there a tweet in there?
do you want?
Eric, something terrible has happened. I was just at DeLong's house and...
Yeah, I know all about that.
Oh my god.
Well, I just happened to see you kissing.
I can explain, but not on the phone. I need your help, please.
Do me a big favor. Save it all for DeLong. I'm sure he'll believe you.
Listen, I saw something horrible. I couldn't believe it. I was...
Oh.
Eric!
Why is this movie so fucking long?
It's it's a good lesson in telling people your crime. Like, don't be playing coy with letting people know that you've been violated.
Well, I think that probably one of the worst things that a movie can do, if they have a female character who has been therapized, is to show her going home and taking one of those dramatic showers after the fact. Because you don't do that because you're washing away evidence.
Well, I'm sure she didn't realize it. But yes, because I imagine that
this wasn't the only movie to do that.
No, I know. But I think for the fact that there might be girls in the real world who would then go home and do that. And
yes, of course they would.
But for the fact that they've seen it done on telly and their mind goes into like an autopilot where they just do something that they've seen in a movie to sort of try come to grips with what's just happened.
Well, I think it's less to do with that and more to do with after you're violated in such a heinous manner, you just feel so dirty.
Yeah.
Ernest is not a good name that you want to go, like, especially if like you can't find somebody to walk around going Ernest. I went to school with a kid who was named Ernie. He was a senior when I was a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
And he was so not an Ernie.
Yeah.
Or an Ernest.
Eric?
It was weird when I was a freshman. I remember the seniors. I remember the seniors being, or like seeming or looking to me very much like adults.
Yes,
and it's like
when you're a senior, you don't feel.
When
like
you're a senior, it's like everybody's the same. But I remember thinking to myself, it's like just like in movies, because when you have adults playing teenagers in movies, you know.
Well, we had to wear blazers and wear uniform, and I remember the seniors looking quite businesslike. And I had a crush on one of them who later went on to win a reality TV show competition.
That and Xavier Samuel?
Yes.
What was the reality show?
It was one where you set up a restaurant and then you had critics come around and judge the food and the experience, and they won it.
Did he get to keep the restaurant?
Yes, that's the prize, is you get to keep the restaurant. And then, I think you get to keep it for like a year, and then after that point you have to fund it yourself. Something like that. So if it's successful past the point of the TV show, then good for you.
Is it still going?
No, well, I think it did well enough, but the area that they were in was quite expensive, and so it was just not enough to keep going. They went and bought another venue, which ran for longer, but I think now they've left that as well, and they're just, I don't know anymore.
I am the demon. demon of vengeance.
I am the demon of vengeance.
She took lessons from Professor DeLong.
I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good, like, backstory twist.
Not him. I love him.
It's too
Again, it's too late.
It can't be.
Better late than pregnant.
Did you ever see that movie Stay Tuned with John Ritter?
No.
Oh, God. Why do you disappoint me so much?
I only, like, a few years ago saw A Christmas Story.
What the fuck? Well, I only saw that for the first time in, like, 2009 or 10.
The one with
Yeah.
Fragile.
Yeah. You know that one of the kids went on to do porn?
No. Not the lead one, though.
No. Of course, not the cute one.
Is it the one that lit the pole?
He grew up to be very cute, actually.
He still looks like how he looks.
Yeah, I know.
Mm.
He's got those beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
Peter Billings or Billingsley.
It's like that boy from Jerry Maguire. He still looks similar.
Jonathan Lipnicki.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't
But
him.
muscle manning.
Wasn't him, and it wasn't the other one who grew up to be very cute was Zach Ward, who was the bully.
Oh, yeah, actually, I
And they
reckon I
said
saw a picture of him, yeah.
He had yellow eyes. He's really cute. No, it wasn't him. It was one of the doughier kids who wasn't at all attractive.
Yeah.
And
But did he grow up attractive?
No, he did not. It was straight porn anyway.
Oh my god.
It was in the
God.
80s.
Is everything okay?
That's a good cut
Open
to.
the door. God damn it. That is so rare, though, for somebody to get their SAG card and then go on to do porn.
Mm-hmm. He got his SAC card.
Because, you know, porn actors tend to get their SAG card after doing porn by doing bit parts and mainstream
It's like going
movies.
from TV to radio.
Are you saying it's a step back?
Did I just miss something?
Yes, a role in a good movie. Now we know something crazy is about to happen because of that. Oh! I was going to say because of the ominous music, but now in the throaty cackle.
the low pitched laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And we end with a quote. I am safe, yes, if I be not fool enough to make open confession. What the hell?
I don't fucking know. But yeah, we're setting up for a sequel that never happened.
Yes. The Necro No More.
Necro No More. That sounds like some kind of bomb.
Like an AA for necromantics?
For like no, it sounds like a bomb for jock itch or something. Necro No More.
Or like a real B grade something they use in a funeral home. Like for the smell or something.
Oh my god. It's a spray.
Yes.
It's
Are
a
you
spray.
getting tired of smelling like death? Try Necro No More. Available at
Necro No More. Whenever you try to do an American accent, you always hit your R's really hard.
Well, I know that I'm not good with. Oh my god, I'm not good with my R's here.
with your
So
R's.
I really round out my R's when I.
But no,
when I try to
you
talk
sound
American.
so much better when you say your R's naturally.
Like a Kennedy.
When you do your R's like that, you sound so much like a pirate.
Like a pirate, yes.
But when you speak normally, in your charming Adelaidean accent.
I'm gonna go park the car in the car park. This motion picture is protected by law.
Yeah, because God knows everybody's chomping at the bit to fucking I don't
Get their
illegally
hands on it.
distribute illegally. Speaking of Boston accents, I was watching this one guy do. There's some of them have really sexy accents, but some of them sound like they've been dropped.
Yeah, there's a guy who has a very Long Island accent that I saw in an interview, and he sounds a bit like an idiot.
Yeah. No, but there was this guy who does a movie review, another movie review channel, and it's actually more of a reaction, and he's got a pretty thick Boston accent.
Wicked smart.
Yeah, kind of, but and you can tell like with certain because he goes, "Oh my God," but he didn't do it a lot, so he was like trying to keep it under control.
Yeah.
But there was like a medium, like it was like, okay, you sound kind of fuckable, so, but just don't push the Boston too hard.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You can push something else too hard.
I'm not one to talk because I got the South Philly baby. Okay.
Whereas my accent is from the elitist part of Australia that wasn't convict settled.
No.
They got the more ochre accents, whereas we were the very British. Let's go dancing.
Or let's put a bow on this episode because there's something. My microphone is getting staticky, so I have to move it.
Okay.
All right.
I enjoyed the movie. It was nice seeing a bit of male nudity compared to... and the female nudity was lovely as well, for those who like it.
If that's what you're into.
Yeah.
No, what was that line from... from the Brady Bunch. Marsha's friend, the lesbian. If you like that sort of thing.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was my leg.
She was in like a science show for kids, I reckon.
She's been in a lot of stuff.
Yes.
She was in Freeway.
That's right. Yes. And as a similar role.
No, she was like a chola.
I thought she was slightly lesbianic as well.
No, that was Brittany Murphy.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, I remember now. Yes, I remember.
And she was also in that terrible movie, Waiting.
I thought you liked
She was
Waiting.
like the only good part of that movie.
Was she in Grosse Pointe? Or am I thinking of someone else?
I don't know.
Okay. That was a good little... it was a comedy about soap operas. That was like a Darren Star production.
I don't know, but I just loved her in Waiting because she was always going off on people. Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. That was Necromancer, unfortunately. See, this is what happens when Tony picks the movies.
Well, I enjoyed
yeah.
it. So as long as one person's happy, that's... You can be the yang to my yin.
Well, all right. I don't know how many more movies I'm going to let you pick. Okay. Well, I want to say thank you to Tony for picking this wonderful movie and for joining me for this wonderful commentary.
It's your own private therapy session.
Yes, I definitely feel as though I've been violated.
Like you've had your head shrunk. That's how exciting it was for you.
More like my brain. Yes, and I want to say thank you to everybody for listening. And until next time, this is Brandon Ford wishing you all unpleasant dreams.